From the ashes of fallen empires, a new power began to rise. A small frontier principality on the edge of Anatolia, led by warriors, dreamers, and visionaries, would one day dominate 3 continents. This is the story of the Ottoman Empire, how it rose from humble beginnings to reshape the world. This is the rise of the Ottoman Empire. The 13th century was a time of chaos. The once mighty Seljuk Empire had collapsed under Mongol invasions. Byzantine lands were shrinking, cities lay in ruins, and Anatolia was a fractured land of small Turkish beyliks, each struggling for power, survival, and faith. In this turmoil, one small beylik, led by a chieftain named Osman, began to stand out. No one knew it then, but Osman's vision would ignite the birth of one of the greatest empires in human history. Osman I, a warrior and a believer. In 1299, he declared independence from the Seljuks, forming a small state in northwestern Anatolia. His people were few, his army small, but his dream immense. Osman's strength was not only in battle, it was in faith and unity. He gathered Ghazis, warriors of Islam, who believed their fight carried divine purpose. Together, they fought not for land alone, but for destiny. His conquests expanded Ottoman lands, and his followers began to call themselves Osmanlılar, the sons of Osman, the Ottomans. When Osman died, his son Orhan inherited more than a kingdom. He inherited a mission. Under Orhan's rule, the Ottomans became organised and disciplined. In 1326, they captured the great city of Bursa, the first true Ottoman capital. It became a centre of trade, faith, and administration, a symbol that the Ottomans were no longer just frontier warriors, but builders of a state. Orhan introduced coins, built mosques and schools, and began forming an early government. What had once been a small clan was now an emerging empire. The Ottomans looked westward, toward the crumbling Byzantine territories across the sea. In 1354, a powerful earthquake struck Gallipoli, weakening its defences. The Ottomans moved swiftly, seizing the city and establishing their first stronghold in Europe. It was a moment that changed history. From that foothold, Ottoman armies spread across the Balkans, uniting Turkish warriors, Balkan converts, and even former enemies under a single banner. They were no longer a regional power. They were an empire in the making. Under Sultan Murad I, the empire became an unstoppable force. He built the famous Janissary Corps, an elite army trained from childhood to serve the Sultan with loyalty and skill. Their discipline and fearlessness became legendary. Murad's victories expanded Ottoman lands deep into the Balkans, but his reign ended on the battlefield, killed at Kosovo in 1389, where Ottoman and Serbian armies clashed in a fight that would echo through centuries of history. His son, Bayezid I, the Thunderbolt, took the throne with fury. He was fast, decisive, and fearless. Within a decade, he had conquered Bulgaria, Greece, and most of Anatolia. Europe trembled. But even the mightiest Thunderbolt can be struck down. In 1402, Bayezid faced Timur the Lame, the conqueror from Central Asia. At the Battle of Ankara, the Ottomans suffered a crushing defeat. Bayezid was captured, and the empire fell into chaos. For a decade, the empire was torn apart by civil war. Bayezid's sons fought each other for the throne. Cities burned, alliances crumbled, and the dream of Osman seemed lost. But from this darkness, one son emerged stronger, Mehmed I. He restored order, rebuilt the army, and revived faith in the empire's destiny. When he died, his son Murad II continued the work, uniting Anatolia once more and pushing deep into Europe. The Ottoman flame burned brighter than ever before. Then came Mehmed II, a young man destined for greatness. Born in 1432, he was brilliant, ambitious, and determined. He spoke several languages, studied science, philosophy, and warfare, but above all, he dreamed of conquest. When his father, Murad II, died in 1451, Mehmed became sultan at just 19 years old. While many underestimated him, Mehmed's mind was already set on a single goal, the greatest prize of all: Constantinople. He rebuilt his navy, trained new cannons, and fortified the Bosphorus with a mighty fortress, Rumeli Hisari. The world was about to witness a siege unlike any before. The early Ottoman sultans built more than an empire. They built a legacy of resilience, faith, and vision. From Osman's humble beginnings to Mehmed's bold ambition, the Ottomans transformed from wandering warriors into world rulers. They united cultures, faiths, and lands under a banner that would endure for 6 centuries. Their story is one of power, but also of transformation. The rise of the Ottomans reshaped the map of the Old World and laid the foundation for the modern age. From a small frontier tribe to the gates of empires, the rise of the Ottomans is a tale of courage, vision, and destiny. This was not just the rise of a power, it was the dawn of a new world. If this shadow of time moved you, consider supporting the channel. Like the video, share it with fellow history lovers, and join us for more forgotten stories that shaped our world. Your support helps keep history alive.